Hello everyone, this is another screen to you.
Where
heart
we talk.
to heart.
Heart to heart.
We're too far away.
We are. We're actually very far away this time.
Anyway, we're going to talk about how we filmed our latest travel show.
Travel video. Yes.
Yeah, we want to talk about how we shot everything on iPhone. So we're here at Tongyang and spending 36 hours doing stuff, seeing stuff.
Eating stuff. Let's do it. Carry on. Now that we've shot a video, a 20-minute video, entirely with the iPhone, what did you like and what did you not like?
Ooh, something about it, it feels like a little bit too crystal clear. What I've noticed about production camera and DSLR and I would say mobile phone footage is different about the edges of the of
lines. Yeah.
And I found DSLR like pixelated. Sometimes it has like this neon, or it feels like video, what Leigh describes. And
it's that thing that makes it feel like video.
And then when you use a production camera, it feels like very smooth and it feels like there's a total different dimension in the edges of people and things.
How it handles motion is really different.
But like the iPhone camera, it used to be not like this as much, I think. It feels like there are layers and then it's like layers they play around and there's like this dimension and I don't know. It feels
I don't think you're crazy. I think you're correct.
It's like a hologram, almost like.
I think they've.
I don't know how.
Personally, I think they've included AI processing in their cameras now that they didn't have before, and there's a couple reasons why I think that. There was the shot that we were shooting from inside the Saebyeongkwan. And shooting outside, that's a shot that no camera should really be able to get. The outside's super bright and sunny, the inside's really shadowy, but it was able to somehow do an HDR type shot where it exposed for both on an iPhone, and I didn't have to change any settings.
It was amazing.
So it's like it's one of the southern naval parts, and then there's just a bunch of different islands around as well. But you have to take a boat to get to them, so we're not going to any of them. So we're only here for a couple hours. So that part's really great, but I also think that like that's indicating that there's some kind of new processing and new compression that they're using, and also the format changed. Now it's HEIC or something.
That's like the image.
That was the default. So I think that there's definitely some new camera processing that's happening there in a technical standpoint. I'm not sure if I like it though, because sometimes, like you were saying, it looks like too crystal clear. It looks like too colorized.
Yeah, it was too clear that it's weird. Like if you have uneven skin tone, it didn't allow it. Just like bright skin
Soo Zee just looked like a radiant. What did my sister say? She said something great. Like, why does Soo Zee have the skin of a radiant glowing diamond? Like, your skin just looks so good in that whole video.
I know. I was like, how? How?
Well, I'm definitely a person who does my own color correction and does my own editing and does my own photo post-processing. So when a camera does it for me and doesn't give me a choice to turn it off, it makes me a little bit grumpy. Because I'm like, hey, maybe I don't want Soo Zee's skin to be processed in that way. And if I want it, I want to be able to turn it on and I want to be able to turn it off. And the fact that you've made a decision about what Soo Zee's skin is supposed to look like in this video without me being able to change the settings is a very... I know
irritating.
That it's irritating to me, but that's the difference between, like, say, a production line camera and a regular camera is you have more setting options. That's the point.
Yes.
Is that this is not a professional piece of photography equipment. This is a consumer piece of photography equipment, and the majority of people are going to be using this camera to snap selfies of their face, and oh, isn't it great that my skin looks so good? So I think it was probably a product decision that they made. And I don't think it was a bad decision. It's just I personally don't like it because I want to be able to turn that kind of processing off. And
also, we had some actual import errors because it changes formats of HEIC, and they had this. It used to be MO3, right? And it took us like I don't know, like hours, and we couldn't import it properly.
One problem was it took forever to import because it had to decode it. It's some sort of variable bitrate encoding that they've created to save space. So when you're shooting a very long video, because most people, what they run out of is photos and videos on their phone is what makes them run out of phone space. So they created this new codec that ultra compresses and uses a variable compression bitrate. But the problem is that if you want to get it onto your computer, now you have to decode that before your computer can read it in a format.
There's a lot of like... HEIC is a new format for images for now iPhone 10s and 10 whatever. That is a raw photo.
Right.
Basically, it has more information. Basically, so you have to have a special program now to open it. like Photoshop, Lightroom, or other professional tools. And I feel like it's so why? I know most of the people, if you're editing it in your iPhone, it has no problem actually. You can use like Visco,
Sure.
like Photoseed, or any other apps. You can bring it to that app. So if you're doing just mobile, like your selfie, it's gonna be have no problem. But when I would put it in a desktop, not only it took long to actually import, it took me another program to just like crop the image.
So this is why we road test these things, is to see like, and you can change those settings. You can turn that off. You can make it save in JPEG. You can make it save in H.264, MP4. You can make it save in uncompressed. You can change whether it saves videos in 4K or 1080p. You can change all those settings. But it was interesting that the default was different. On the other hand, we use the photo section of the camera, and I have zero complaints about the photo part of the camera. It's unbelievable. We have the best photos that I think we've ever had on any of our travels from our iPhones. Just the photos and the portrait mode, I am so into. It's really, really well done. Yeah, one thing I loved was the stabilization.
Oh, yeah.
So it has some sort of auto, because I'm going to make fun of you a little bit. Soo Zee isn't as steady of a hand as I am.
I go like this. Isn't it enough that we have some footage and no footage? That's my motto. It's like, I don't want to be like too like conscious about where I frame and where I'm shooting. I would say candid.
Right.
I would say candid.
Very casual. You would call it casual video. I was like, I had a couple moments where I was like, it doesn't look like I shot it, but it doesn't look like Soo Zee shot it, because it's a little more steady than I usually get from her. And then I realized, oh my god, it has a built-in stabilizer. So that was something that wasn't publicized at all when they were pimping out the camera. It's not in the specs. It's not talked about. It's nothing anybody's mentioned. But when I looked at the footage, I could tell that they did a really great job with the stabilization of the footage.
I think so too. I thought it was nice. And the second thing I think it was impressive was the onboard mic.
It's stereo! Oh my god!
Let's talk about, I don't know what's stereo, omni, whatever. What's so revolutionary about it?
Oh my gosh. So one of the things that happens...
we hit the jackpot of what Leigh is very excited about this camera.
I mean, it used to be that it just had a microphone and it picked up 2 channels, but it definitely has 2 microphones placed in 2 different places. So it was like very clearly recorded in stereo, which is a huge deal. One, because if I'm walking, you can hear sounds going behind you. It's not binaural, but you can still, it shows directionality, because it's almost like with your eyeballs. In order for you to pinpoint the direction where something is coming from, you can't just see it with one eye. Everything is technically flat. You need to have both eyes to be able to sense depth. It's the same thing with your ears. If you only have one channel, it's a lot harder for you to tell. You can tell distance from where I am, but you can't tell direction from where I am. If you have 2 channels, you can tell direction. I can tell whether something is coming from the left or from the right.
So we definitely lost half of the audience right here.
Sorry. So let's play a clip. Let's play a clip. This is a clip that was recorded on the old iPhone.
I don't think so.
No? I think yes.
This is so
what is wrong with this? This is glorious. And then I'll play you a clip that was recorded on the new iPhone, and if you're wearing headphones, you'll be able to tell the difference a lot better than if you're just listening on your phone speaker.
We are forging as if our lock was a little bit messed up, so the owner's gonna come before then. We're just gonna seem like
make it appear as if we care about safety.
Our mic or our actual audio equipment fails, that's a backup. That usable.
Was the big deal.
I would say another feature I was not, and I don't think you even liked it, was the sun glare. The lens.
Oh yeah, there was this, like you'd have like a little sun bobble. Like, it appeared, like, on screen like that. Yeah, it's really distracting.
Because it would be every shot. Because if it's sunny, it's like, it would just, like, hit it. And it used to not have it, so we're not sure how to get rid of it. I think
which, for a $1,500 camera, you gotta be kidding me. General thoughts?
Don't know. There's not much to do. We're heading into one of the art museums.
Tizzy, I think we are legitimately the only people here. So let's kind of summarize. All together, we absolutely loved the photo feature.
Oh, loved it.
Yeah. I thought the stabilization was incredible.
Stereo audio. That's incredible.
And generally, the footage this is the clearest and best version of iPhone footage we've ever seen. Auto ISO feature was really great. Really, really impressed with its ability to pick what exposure to be shooting at. Very good job. Also, light, portable, and surprisingly long battery life.
Oh, yeah.
So really convenient if you're just going to be shooting something and don't want to carry a lot of weight with you. You can do almost everything on the iPhone.
Yeah. However,
Right.
we didn't like a lot of things as well. Like the new format changes.
Not
is
great.
A pain in the ass. And
The extra post-processing that it puts on there, we didn't like that. We wanted to be able to turn it off. Other stuff we didn't like
is the limited like angles or the actual one mono. I mean, it's a mobile phone,
right?
So
the accelerometer is still sometimes wrong as to whether you're shooting vertical or whether you're shooting horizontal.
And 3, it was too crystal clear.
Yeah, it looked a
This
little
AI. Something happening over there. We
looked a little digital.
Yeah.
And then last one is probably that lens flare issue.
Oh yeah.
Come on, fix that. That's an easy fix.
Well, I want to ask you, do you want to shoot our later video on only iPhone as well?
You want to shoot our next video on iPhone?
Yeah, I don't care much about all this like cons, I'm like, yeah.
And why shoot on an iPhone? What's the advantage of shooting on an iPhone?
Light.
Light?
Very light.
Oh, you mean like weight?
Yeah, weight-wise is very light because we're going on a 1-day trip, maybe 48 hours, 36 hours. We necessarily do not want to bring all our gears, and also we want to travel light.
We're only going for such a short period of time. We're not taking a big gear bag with us. It's basically just the backpacks that we wear.
Exactly.
So space is definitely at a premium. I also think weight is an issue because if you're carrying your stuff around with you all the time, the heavier it is, the more tired you get.
Yes.
And I would also say battery is a concern.
Yes.
So when you have an SLR or you have like a production line film camera, the batteries usually don't last more than 20 to 45 minutes of shooting time. If you're lucky, if you have a really good camera, you can usually squeeze an hour or 2 hours out of them. But you do need to carry extra batteries as well. The iPhone...
However, I mean, it definitely is short. It's not a 24-hour battery, but it's definitely 10 hours,
It's a lot longer than a DSLR battery, for sure.
Basically, yes.
We didn't have to recharge. We had no problem.
Issue with actually recharging and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm torn. 50% of me is like, that audio. If our mics die, I can still use it. If we shoot with a DSLR, I mean, it's shot. So the safety of that is really nice. Yeah. But then the other half of me is like, I don't think the Tongyong video was as good of a video because I didn't have as much coverage.
Okay.
So I'm interested to know what you guys think. If you feel that way, if you felt like Tongyong was also not as interesting a place as Gyeongju.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was also -11 out. So we were really cold and didn't want to shoot that much. So maybe those are factors too. I think we will shoot the next travel video on an iPhone. And if I'm still unhappy with it, I'm going to make Soo Zee go back to the DSLR.
Yeah. But I think one of the things why I really want to stick to an iPhone with this carry-on travel videos, because number one, we might be going to places that maybe not able to be charging batteries. Second, it might be too high profile to have a DSLR if you want to go to some places. Like, I don't want to get robbed and tell everyone I have an expensive camera.
Yeah.
And third, really, we want to go to places that's like, what should I say? I don't want to carry a large
you have to carry so much stuff.
I don't think iPhone is the complete version of any camera, but it does good enough job to actually tell the story.
The practical trade-offs.
It's so worth it. I think we definitely want to shoot more in this iPhone and see how it goes, and hopefully if you guys are using it, if you are also watching it, if you have ever even noticed the difference.
Yeah, please tell us. We're very curious.
But let us know.
Let us know.